Hi, my name's Daniela.
Hi, I'm Emma.
And we're cleaning Jackie Coleman's real and Peter's jacket.
Well, today to the missus, the God woman, you have something I think on your mind. So she, there is, Pat, but it's more like on me behind. I've got a boil as big as your nose, and it hurts like hell when I sit. Says, hey, you better go to the hospital, woman, they might have to lanch that a bit. So she, I hate to be showing that part of my person is that. Oh, says, hey, don't be daft, woman. Them doctors to be seeing worse than that. So Mrs. goes off, dressed up smartly, and comes to the hospital door, where she's told to see the house doctor in his office at room 34. So she hunts up and down till she finds it, knocks, and the voice says, come in. And inside is this handsome young fella, dressed in white from his heels to his chin. I have a big boil, says my missus. And if it hurts like hell when I sit, and Pat, my husband, reckoned you might lance it a bit. Then blushing, she plucks up the courage and bravely she shows him the place. And he stares at it kind of surprised like. He give it a proper inspection. And he says, with a look on his face, you'll have to see the head doctor. They call him Professor O'Neill. I think I've gone airsways altogether with the boys, but it's that time. He gave it a proper inspection with a look of surprise on his face. He says, you'll have to, oh, wouldn't have seen what he said. He says, I'm gone all here with. He says, you'll have to consult the head doctor. They call him Professor O'Neill. He's specially for boils and carbuncles. You'll find him at room 63. There'll be no charge, ma'am. It's been a pleasure. Just tell him you're coming from me. So Mrs. she thanks him politely, and she hunts up and down as before till she sees this big fancy room with Professor O'Neill on the door. Once more she plucks up the courage, knocks, and the voice says, all right. And inside is a small fat fellow with whiskers, and he too is covered in white. I have a big boy, says me biddy, and if you would kindly permit, I'd like for you to inspect it, because it hurts like hell when I sit. And blushing as red as the beetroot, quickly she shows him the spot. And he says, with a look of amazement, Jesus, missus, that must hurt you a lot. Then he put on his specs to inspect it. And eventually says with a frown, Christ, Mrs, that must be agony, especially when you sit down. I think it's a case for the surgeon. You better consult Dr. Coyle. I have no hesitation in saying your bile is a champion bile. So Mrs, she thanked him for saying her bile was a champion bile, and she hunts up and down till she finds a door that is marked Dr. Coyle. By now she's fairly shaken and trembles at every limb, but she thinks, after all, he's a doctor, I mustn't be bashful with him. She's made a good stuff as me, Mrs. So she knocks and a voice says, who's there? It's only me, says Biddy. And in that big room there's a table that's bare. And this wise-looking old fellow greets her. And he too is togged out and white. Oh God, this must be the place they operate things, Biddy. And she's shaking like jelly with fright. I have a big bile, says me, Mrs. And if you would be so kind, I'd like for you to inspect it, because it hurts and it's on me behind. And thinking she best get it over with, she bends down and shows him the place. And he stares at it kind of surprised-like and gets very red in the face. Then he takes another quick glance. He says, poor lady, I'm sorry for you. That does need to be lynched. But there's nothing that I can do. You'll have to get a doctor to do that. So go to the part of the hospital where all them doctors are at. You see, man, this section here is shut down on account of repairs. Us fellas, as only the painters, were painting the halls and the stairs. Sinead.
My name's Ciara.
And I'm Roxy.
And we're going to be playing Martin Wins number 2 and 3. 3, 4.
One day as I went on my rambles from Swinford to sweet Ballylee, I met a fair maid on her rambles, and her name it was Mary. is a prisoner in Portland, far from the lovely green banks of the Moy. I quickly approached this fair maiden, and I asked her the cause of her woe, and what was the source of her misery that forced her to leave her own home. She said, for the rights of his country, Michael Davitt, my true Irish boy, lies now in a prison in Portland, far from the lovely green banks of the Moy. You may talk of that great '67, we had brave men and true men also. There was young Peter Carney from Turla, who died in Killarney below. He was drilled by my darling McDavitt in the valleys and fields round Fermoy. That is why he's a prisoner in Portland, far from the lovely green banks of the Moy. So now, to conclude and to finish, and I hope that the day will soon come when those cruel and harsh landlords and bailiffs from the Isle of St. Patrick will run. We'll unfurl then our green and gold banner, and we'll raise it for Ireland on high, and we'll toast to the great Michael Davitt from the lovely